Love 101 FM. Yes, today it is all about perspective through the generations. So we welcome you to this mailbox edition, which happens every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. Welcome to another week. The program designed for men, hosted by men, and whose guests are men. You got it, you got it, you got it. I am Courtney Morrison, and my usual co host, Kevin Bailey, will not be joining us for shows in May. So, man, them. Well, I go hold on the fort till Kevin forward back. Zoe, indeed, Kevin has to attend to other businesses. So, Kevin, wherever you are, congratulations, all the best. We greet you. Happy Teachers Day to all the teachers out there. What a wonderful day it has been. Happy Teachers Day to the teachers at Ascot Primary, Ascot High School, to the Epsom Basic School. Happy Teachers Day to the teachers at Kingston College. Happy Teachers Day to a teacher who has impacted my life since I was in grade 6 and I haven't even forgotten her. Mrs. Millicent, building the best teacher in the world. Happy Teachers Day to you. Teachers are important. They are the building blocks of society. They are the one who teaches the president, the doctors. They're the ones who give up positions of prestige while others surpass what it would seem to be what they do. So happy Teachers Day. We love you, our teachers. Hope you have been having a great day. But for the month of May, we'll be doing a short series called Perspective Through the Generations. We want to look into the lives of different men, different ages, different experiences, and how they feel about being a man. This week's discussion, we'll be looking at perspective through the generations, life as a young youth. And our guest for this evening is Javion Arthon. I hope I got that. It's Javion or Javion. You tell me who it is. Welcome, Javion or Javion. Are you there? Please help me with the pronunciation. It's good to have you with us.
Greetings. Yes, it's Javian.
Javion, there we go. You look like someone I know. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks.
Good, good, good. This topic this evening is one for the records. So ensure you tell a man that the mailbox is live and we're tackling perspective through the generations. Life as a young youth. You ever any young youth with them black something under your chin? It's up beard. Well, let's see what happens
No.
today. Let's hear JBN's answers as we go. Man and man, we want to hear from you. We want you to send your feedback or questions on Facebook, our Facebook page at Love 101 FM. Leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125 or give us a call on our studio line at 876-968-8327. Women, remember you can participate in the program by leaving us a message via WhatsApp. We love you guys, but this is a mail program. Or you can comment on our Facebook page. Yes, you can comment on our Facebook page. Females, remember, no calls or voice notes allowed. Yes, no calls or voice notes allowed for the female, but man and man, we want you to take that opportunity and do so. It's the mailbox. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back after these messages. Hey, you're live on Love 101.
I am a man, yes. Strong man. Integrity man. I am a man. Man. I am a man.
Are you ready for another exciting show inside Alive 1 to 5 this Throwback Thursday, May 11? Well, join me, your host, Sarah Ann, the chirpy one, for another time to recollect and reconnect. Stay tuned for the brain testing exercise at 1:45. Then prayer blast will be at 2 o'clock as we ring in the prayer bells of heaven. Till 15 inside pieces of the past, we share with you some more historic facts. Then at 3 p.m., Make We Talk is back. We bring you a rebroadcast episode. All this demo will come alive 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Throwback Thursday, May 11 on the family station, Love 101, celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
Not everyone likes change, but change is inevitable. Join us this Thursday, May 11, on the truly marvelous program To Have and to Hold as we discuss dealing with personality changes in your marriage with Pastor Napoleon Black and Colleen Beckles, right here on the family station Love 101.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Welcome back to the program The Mailbox. You're live here on Love 101 FM, the family station, the number one gospel station in the nation of Jamaica. Who knows? We probably try to find out if it's for the Caribbean. But indeed, today inside the Mailbox, we'll be discussing perspectives through the generation, our life in a man's world. Hey, and I want easy thing that, Javion, not a
Not at
easy
all.
thing, not a easy thing. I remember when I was growing up, I once said, I'm happy that I'm a man because I don't have to go through period pain or pregnancy pain. And then when
Definitely.
I found out what accountability levels exist for a man, I had to begin to question. Want to talk a bit about you, want to get straight into the matter with you. And we heard that you grew up in Manchester and what life was like growing compared to now while you were in Manchester. And what was your biggest influences in your early teen? Was peer pressure an issue for you? Those are some of the things we want you to think about as we look at today's issue. So get those questions prepared in your mind. We want to give a shout out to the man them all over. We normally do this at this time, Kevin and I. For those of you who have just tuned in, Courtney Morrison will be with you for the month of May. Kevin is off on other well-earned duties. And so our guest this evening, Javion Hawthorne, and he will be sharing us. But we just always give a shout out, you see, Sir Hawthorne, and we shout out after three, we shout out Monday up. And I just want you to join me after I count to three for you to shout with me Monday up. 1, 2, 3, Monday
Man,
up.
there.
Boy, Alf, you hear the young man voice stronger than mine? You must have helped to march around the walls of Jericho and shouted. Those walls fell with the younger generation. Before we get into a number of our discussions, want to know from you, sir, a bit more about you. We want to know a little bit about when you were a youth and, well, younger. Okay, you still look very young to me. I don't know your age. But what was life like for you growing up, as a young man?
Life growing up for me well, as a younger man, it wasn't as challenging as some would have said. For example, stories I've heard of those growing up in the garrison and having it hard with certain things. For me, I grew up with my mom, Marcia, Marcia Brown. Big up yourself, mommy. Mommy should be online right now listening to me. I grew up with her and her only. It was, I grew up in the small community of Brocker District. Not a very, I'd say, popular one, but if you come from Christiana and Manchester, you should hear about Brocker. Growing up for me, some parts of my high school years were rough, especially when it got to the leadership aspect of it. So when I became a leader, I became a leader from, I think it was in grade 4 when I was asked to be a part of the National Heroes Day celebration. And
Congrats.
after that it went up, 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 and up from there. So I remember, as you mentioned just now, that my voice is strong. From then I shouted, I think I remember what I shouted, and I said something like, "I am," and I called the a national hero's name. I am the first prime minister, and my mother made sure I was dressed up in my jacket suit and tie, all bushed out to make sure that, So I learned that level of leadership from my mom and those who were around me, especially in the church. High school, I was student counselor. After that, in church, I grew up as the youth president. After I held the youth body for approximately 5 years in the church. So
Yes.
growing up for me was fun, especially in the church aspect. It was it was an awesome experience. I may have a little story after growing up and going into the latter part of my teenage years. I definitely went to the river. Obviously, I come from Manchester. You're going to go to the river, yes. So that was basically it for me growing up.
Challenges. You sounded as if you just transitioned wonderfully well, leadership skills, you know. Any challenges you encountered growing up?
Challenges I encountered growing up. My mom, as I mentioned, she's a single mom. Didn't have my father being a part of my life how I'd want him to. And I can't say I've been to my bed hungry, but I can say that I haven't had the customary meals going to bed sometimes. But one thing I'm never ever going to bed hungry. In that aspect of my life growing up, I remember if I've missed school, I've missed it because I was sick or maybe a day. I never had it in high school. It was rough through high school. I remember going to into grade 7. It was a struggle, not knowing how, as a young person, you don't want your mother to know that, hey, you're thinking about how you are going into grade 7. You're starting a new year. How are you going to go? How is the uniform? That is not my duty to think about these things. But with the kind of mind that I have, my mind used to go wild, thinking about these things. How am I going to go on to the other part of it? In high school, it was, I remember there is a thing at Spalding High that it's not path lunch, but you'd pay $50 and you'd get this at the guidance counselor's office. And for 3 days of the week, that's how my lunch got taken care of. And it was it wasn't really, sometimes I might get a bit emotional when talking about these things, but those are my main challenges. But I can never say that I had gone to school, I didn't have anything to eat. Fast tracking to CXC time, I remember my we didn't see the funds, right? This young man, trying to make life, got recommended to do business subjects. How is this going to happen? I remember it got paid. One exam morning, I had principles of business to be exact. And we'd never see the breakfast, but growing up, my mom made sure, for those of us on this platform here who likes fritters, she made sure I got that and I drank some tea and I went. And here am I today. I passed that subject,
Awesome.
so that was some of my challenges growing up.
Hey, we're talking with JB and Hawthorne. We're talking about perspectives throughout the generations. What is life like growing up as a youth? Life in a man's, in a man's world. That's part of what we're doing today. We're going to take a break, and on the other side of the break, we're going to hear a bit more from him as to his transitioning into Christianity. What happened there? You're listening to Love 101 FM. We're live, and it's the mailbox.
Man, 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 man. I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes.
To Mom with Love, Bashco is giving away 2 refrigerators this Mother's Day. Starting April 24th, for every 6,000 Jamaican dollars inclusive of GCT spent in Bashco, you get a chance to win.
That's right. Just fill out your entry form and drop it in the box provided at all Bashco locations. It's that simple. The winner will be chosen on May 12, 2023 during our fun day at our Manival store located at 10 Manchester Road.
The more you spend at Bashco, the more chances you have to win.
Check the press and our social media pages for details.
Bashco, the store that gives you more this Mother's Day.
Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Yay! Get ready for an uplifting time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer, this Thursday, May 11. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the feature Becoming You. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you the Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. 8:40 a.m., we take it up a notch inside How Do You React with scenarios and situations that make you stop and wonder, what would I do? What would I really do? 9:30 a.m. is Voice of Power brought to you by the Power of Faith Ministries International. Stick and stay with us. This Take Me Back Thursday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101. Celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
Learning about credit cards. There's a lot to learn about credit cards, but here are some frequently used terms to help you on your journey. APR. This is the interest rate for outstanding amounts expressed as an annual percentage rate. Annual fee. This is a fee cardholders are charged every year for having the facility of a credit card. This financial literacy tip was brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Calling all candidates registered for City and Guilds exams in June, reminding you that math is on the 6th and English on the 7th of June. Both exams will be at 9 a.m. sharp. You will sit your exams at your schools. Don't miss this opportunity provided by the Ministry of Education and Youth. This certification could be your passport to the future.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man.
Welcome back to the program, The Mailbox, here on Love 101. Today, May the 10th. It's Wednesday. It's now 5:48 in the afternoon, and we're talking with JB and Hawthorne. We're talking about perspectives through the generations. What it's like being a man, especially in today's world. Was it any different for you growing up than it is now? But just before we get a bit more into that, we're going to be taking a detour in honoring of the upcoming Mother's Day. Mothers are an integral part of society and family, and so even on the mailbox, we pause to big up the woman them. We don't know. Mothers are just great. For you, Javier, how did the presence of your mother and other maternal figure shape your life, and what are some of the life-changing lessons you were taught by mom?
My mom taught me first thing, always be neat. When someone sees you, they should see you with your head held high, and you should have a smile on your face. You should not walk and look down. She taught me that. So you should have a good posture. That was the first thing she taught me, that I could distinctly remember coming up. Then she also taught me how to be a leader. She said, Javian, always lead, no matter what anyone says. You are a leader. You should not be behind. She made sure that in primary school, because I'm not so older, I can say in the primary school, I became prefect. And the guidance counselor said to my mother, you know why we chose him? He has good leadership skills. And also, we know that you will continue to guide him as a leader, because we can see some leadership skills coming out through you, Mom. So that's how she basically guided me growing up. She also...
Were there any other fun moments that you have? Fun memories, funny moments with mom and the things mom did? Can you share one or two of those with us?
When growing up, two things. Mom always, I'm going to say younger. When I was a younger person, she did this thing. So she would, lay on the bed and she would have me on her legs and put me up in the air. That was like a joy for me, just the relationship we had then. So I do really great impressions, right? So I I kind of have somewhat of a how should I put it? They'd say radio voice. So she'd
Hey,
like me to, you know, all right, so say something like this. And I'm like, hi, my name is Javen. And that's how we'd laugh at something. So that's some fun moments we had growing up. And I'm not sure if she remembers, but she usually tickles, that tickle moment growing up. It was really something else. So I enjoyed growing up with her, and those are some fun moments I had. And after school, I had to tell her like how school. I enjoy talking about school and how my day was. So she made sure that she knows exactly how my day was, and anything fun happened today, that's how she was.
wow. Indeed, mothers are important. Mother's Day is coming up. On behalf of the Mailbox and Love 101, we take the time now to continue to say Happy Mother's Day when it comes. We moms, we honor you. We honor you today and always. Thanks for sharing with us, Javian, on that. But I want to find out from you as well. What motivates you? What is it that you would say is your motivational factor? What's your driving factor that causes you not to quit but to continue?
I fear failing. I fear failing. So not being able to succeed, it it drives fear in me. And what drives me to continue, what motivates me, God continues to be an important part of my life. So listening to the Holy Spirit as He speaks, it's a driving factor for me. It motivates me, it keeps me going. There are some struggles that I've faced in life that keeps me going. I can quote this, and I grew up on it. You will not come like me. You will not fail. You will be successful. You will be great. You will be a wonderful person. You will not be a bad product of society, paraphrasing now, but you will be an important part of this society. Those are some words I grew up on, and those words drove me to become who I am today.
So it sounds as if you were loved, sound as if you were
Definitely.
affirmed, sound as if you were appreciated. We want to start this part of the discussion in a serious way. What's it like being a man? How do you find it? And are there perspective that you heard of past men that's different from now? What's it like being a man, sir?
Being a man, there are a lot of expectations, especially from the other gender, right? It, the, their expectations supersedes like all human beings' expectations and perspectives I've heard of growing up. All right, so some of the other people that
The
you
other
know
gender not pressuring your boss. I hope not. Please. Let's hear the perspective. Just wondering if you're being pressured.
as a handsome young man, you know, just saying, you know, as a handsome young man with a great, I'd say, with a great importance in certain circles, you know, they hold you in high regard. So I wouldn't say they're pressuring me, but I am, you know, How should I put it? I am being
I hope
chased
I didn't put you on
after.
the spot, Sir Hawthorne. I hope I
No.
didn't put you on the spot at all. But you may go ahead and tell us a bit more. What difference that you didn't speak much that dad was really around, but from role models of other men that you may have seen, you may have heard stories of old, and I put that in inverted commas, and what is happening today. Are you seeing a difference? Are you recognizing a difference? What can you say about that?
In the past, I've heard of, men being the head of the household, men being the main breadwinners. These are some things I heard of growing up. Men dress a particular way, men should be properly groomed. If you're a man, you should look like this. However, now we can see a different a difference in how society looks at men, especially in certain circles. So if you're not filled with let's say tattoos, if you don't act gangster, if you don't act rough, if you don't speak patois as strong as others do, you hear that you're a man. So back then I heard of men being properly groomed, being able to use the English language fluently. These are some things I know for a fact that men are supposed to be like this. A male role model, I'd say, in my life would have been my pastor. Pastor Da Costa, wherever you are, Reverend Da Costa, wherever you are, big up yourself, sir. So he saw, I'd say, good things in me, and that's where leadership came from. He was a driving factor in how I'd say I'd see him as a role model. My teacher in high school, Mr. Ferguson, my music teacher, he made sure that, hey, Hawthorne must be properly groomed. All the men who are coming to all the guys who are coming to apartment should not look a certain way. Grade 4 teacher, we usually have this thing we call knee check. So fingers out, fingernails must be cut, pants must be on the waist, your clothes must be properly ironed, shoes must be clean, you must have be practicing good hygiene. So these are some role models that I grew up knowing about and grew up with.
So are you seeing less of that in this age? Less men sounding, less breadwinners, less head of the households.
I don't want to say or put it across as factual information, but based on my opinion, I'm not seeing where men are fully taking their full responsibility in the household. And that's a cause for concern. That is definitely a cause of concern because knowing that, hey, a man should be able to teach, whether it is his daughter or his son, hey, I'm going to teach my daughter not to look for a certain type of thing in a man. I'm going to teach my son when he's looking for his future wife, when he's courting, he's going to look for this particular thing in a woman. She must be able to, do this, do that. She must uh, be progressive. So that is my perspective on how it's a bit different.
We're going to stick a pin right there, Javion. We're going to take a break. We're up on this break. So we want to remind our listeners you can participate by posting on our Facebook page at Love 101 FM or leave your comments via WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125 or give us a call on our studio line at 876-968-8327 or 8328. We're gonna take a break. This is the Mailbox on Love 101. Back in a moment.
I am a man, yes. Strong man. Integrity man. I am a man.
Yay! Get ready for an uplifting time inside Love in the Morning with me, your host, Jakal Dyer, this Thursday, May 11. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the feature Becoming You. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you the Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. 8:40 a.m., we take it up a notch inside How Do You React with scenarios and situations that make you stop and wonder, what would I do? What would I really do? 9:30 a.m. is Voice of Power brought to you by the Power Faith Ministries International. Stick and stay with us. This Take Me Back Thursday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101. Celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
It's alright, just wake up. No Satan have a couple
Are you ready for another exciting show inside Alive 1 to 5 this Throwback Thursday, May 11? Well, join me, your host, Sarah Ann with Chirpy One for another time to recollect and reconnect. Stay tuned for the brain testing menticise at 1:45. Then Prayer Blast will be at 2 o'clock as we ring in the prayer bells of heaven. 2:15 inside Pieces of the Past, we share with you some more historic facts. Then at 3 p.m., Make We Talk is back. We bring you a rebroadcast episode. All this demo will come alive 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Throwback Thursday, May 11 on the family station, Love 101, celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
Not everyone likes change, but change is inevitable. Join us this Thursday, May 11, on the truly marvelous program To Have and to Hold as we discuss dealing with personality changes in your marriage with Pastor Napoleon Black and Colleen Beckles, right here on the family station, Love 101.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man. I am a man.
Welcome back to the program, The Mailbox, live on Love 101 FM, celebrating 30 years of family, music, and love. Indeed, the time here, it's now 3 minutes after 6 in the evening. We're speaking with Javian Hawthorne, and the theme for today, or the topic, is perspective through the generations. Life as a young youth. If you're live on Facebook and YouTube, which we are live on currently, you see how young he is. He hasn't told us his age as yet, but he has been talking about his leadership skills and the impact his mother has on his life. Javion, though, we want to find out, you're transitioning into a Christian. Are there any challenges that you faced? Did your life come under any scrutiny? What did your peers have to say when you became a Christian?
I knew nothing else but church, so I don't have a testimony to say, hey, I used to be in the dancer. I grew up in church. I knew what it is like growing up in church, but becoming a Christian at age 11, I am now. For those who are wondering how young Mr. Hawthorne is, or Javian is, I am 23 years young.
Javian, let's stick up in there. I hear we have a caller online. Let's take this call and hear what he has to say. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the Mailbox. You're live on Love 101 FM.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. My name is Winston Evans from IG St. Mary. I would agree with what the brother said, that all things that in church, our man must groom himself if he's looking a bride. Our lady must groom herself, or she's looking at husband, and show dignity, in general. And so must properly clean shoes, etc. Finger cleaning, ear grooming, all of those things. She can see that he has quality, he has taste, vice versa. She have quality, she have taste, and they will respect one another, and they will have happy family as God has ordained it. You know, when it's kind of chucky, it's kind of like it not going nowhere. So both parties must show dignity and cleanliness, everything that's up to date, that you won't find no fault, that the marriage and the couple will go good together under the law of God. And that's my point, okay? Thank you very much. Bye.
Well said.
Thank you, Sir Winston from Highgate. Thank you for sharing your perspective. Indeed, he's agreeing with you, Javian, talking about
Definitely.
how men should be groomed and what they should look like and the responsibilities that they should have. Thank you, Sir Winston. So, Javian, as you were saying, you might not have a testimony. You grew up in the church, but let's hear what they still had to say when you became Christian. What
Becoming a
scrutiny you went
Christian
under,
at
if any.
age 11, I that's my prime
Mm-hmm.
year of that's when I started high school. So you would have expected a young man like me to maybe say, start to do things that is not right. But I kept my faith. The challenges from my peers, not very close friends, but classmates, they want you to, you know, skip class. Boy, I'm maths I go to there when I really want to go maths because maths is not fluid thing. And they want to tell you that's not theirs because that's not yours because that's not theirs. Also, they would have also wanted you to take part in some activities that is not yours. In high school, there is usually, I don't remember the name of it, but I call it disco room. Where they play music and you dance and you be not you in that particular space. I remember a classmate said to me, they used to call me Jay. Yo, Jay, forward no man. You know, see, we are going to a party, brethren. Me could go in there, go enjoy yourself. You know, have them a funny at church, me youth. And I'm like, uh, I'm all right. Not saying that I wasn't tempted to, but I kept my faith. I kept
Yes,
strong. It was hard not to give in, but
yes.
I kept my faith and I held on. I held on.
Congrats, man. Well done. You know, you will have those who encourage and you'll have those who try to discourage. I'm happy you stuck to your guns and you are still here from grade 11 till age 23. That's wonderful. What has it been like for you though? And how do you balance with all other aspects of your life? What are you doing now? Are you still in school, still in college, working? How do you balance being
I,
pressured by the young ladies as well?
Sir Courtney.
Continues to blush whenever that comes up. My goodness.
Ah, all right. So I'm not going to let any puss out of the bag right now. I'm just going to let it stay
Okay.
where it is. I want to say, ha, how do I put it? Let's start with the first part. What am I doing currently? I'm currently working with a noble organization that is based in the United States. I work from home. I am a part of quality assurance, quality analytics. I train people. Well, back then, I trained people on sales coaching. I do analytics, analyzing how we can improve the department, what we can do for performance of the persons who we work with, right? While doing a lot of reports. Ooh. Anyways, so I want to further my education, yes, but there are some challenges definitely because I have to work, as a man, you know, I have to work, and it is very important that I do that because I'm not seeing where I am able to balance both currently. I have been doing currently some courses online in user experience, and that's basically where it is currently. But my passion is a bit broad, but I'd like to put all of them in one as it relates to education. It's IT, it is computer science, business administration, and also mass communication. That is where my passion is now.
Okay, so that's the plan you have for your life, a career heading where? Uh, what does your future look like?
Thinking in the next 5 years, I should start planning, or I should have at least, the my own space that's mine in the next 5 years. At least starting to have that for myself. I'm seeing where I am managing a department, whether it is in the tech field or in business administration, maybe an HR manager. That's where I'm seeing my career currently in the next 5 years.
So, ladies, you heard that. All those who are making applications, you have a couple more years to wait. Javian, Javian, it's good to be talking with a young man like you. Sometimes we hear perspectives such as this generation is a generation of vipers. What's your view on our male in terms of, are they a generation of vipers? Are they different from the generation before?
The generation before, I'm seeing, well, I can say for those who are in my circle, sorry, society, but I beg to differ. We are no generation of vipers. We are young men who are progressive, seeing persons outside of my circle and who we try to reach. I won't want to say they are a generation of vipers, but I see where they aren't acting on their true potential. Let's put it like that. So I'd want to say that they aren't them best selves. They aren't them best selves. So it is very. I beg to differ. That's all I'm gonna say. I beg to differ because I don't see those who are closely in my circle as the generation of vipers. But back then, I mean, maybe they had the same
Do you
challenges.
see this generation as being resilient? Um, if faced with dire situation, do you think they will be overcomers, especially our men?
Ha, that's a very good question. I want to say there are a few strong men out there now who I see will hold on and not give in, but there are some who will not be as strong as some of us are and hold on and hold the fort and say, hey, I'm not giving in to peer pressure. I will not become a bad product of society. There are some of them who just won't accept anything else than being the not perfect, or not the what society wants them to be as in the good aspect. So there are some of us who will hold on and keep going, and those who we tried to reach, and those who we have reached and changed. I'd say there are some who are just not seeing it to hold on, be strong, don't turn to crime, don't turn to violence. Some of them out there are just not seeing the brighter picture.
Sounds like there is hope. We're talking to JV and Hawthorne. We're talking about perspectives through the generations, life for a young man in today's generation. We're going to take a break and come back to our final segment of the mailbox today. I'm Courtney Morrison, and you're listening to Love 101 FM. Be right back after this break.
Hey man, I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes.
Here's why you can't afford to miss the Morning Watch.
I love listening to the Morning Watch because topics are discussed and issues are highlighted that are of major importance, which in turn edify me.
The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I like listening to the Morning Watch. I find it very informative. I find it very interesting. The topics that are covered are very, very wide.
The Morning Watch, thought-provoking, insightful, current. Listen for the probing questions with attorney at law Stokely Marshall and the in-depth discussion with Reverend Dr. Dallin Toussaint. On Thursdays, the Morning Watch is brought to you by Educom Cooperative Credit Union, providing value through service, and Bashco, the store that gives you more. The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The Morning Watch is on the family station Love 101.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man.
Welcome back. Welcome to the final segment of the mailbox. We're talking with Javian Hawthorne. We're talking about perspective through the generations, life as a young youth. And indeed, he has said that there's hope for our young men. Resilience exists, but there are some who still needs to just get a little bit deeper and dig a little deeper, sink their roots a little deeper.
Might I just
Sure.
Might I just say hello, mommy? I just checked the YouTube now. Hello, mommy. I see you, Auntie Eda, my adopted mother. I see you. I see the some of my church members here. Greetings. I see you guys. Hi.
I'm sure they're happy. You mentioned earlier that your mom says that you have a very good radio voice. We're going to take some messages. Sharon Miller says, good evening, Pastor Courtney Javion. You're a great role model for young people. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sharon, for those words of encouragement. Marcia Brown says, I am proud of you, son. Love you. Hey,
That's
those
Mom.
words of affirmation. Ryan Palmer says, so proud of you. Genevieve Baker says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Genevieve. It's good to have you on the program. Thank you for sending your message. Prim says, go, Mr. Handsome. Which one of the two of us is she talking about? You or myself? Shea Murphy says, go, Javion. Roger Pine says, that is it. He's commenting on something you said earlier. Anishka Parrish says, so proud of you, Javion. Wow, you have a fan club. Abigail Smith, awesome, Javi. You're doing well. And the teaching clinic, go, Javion, you're doing well. Auntie Marcia, big up, mommy, Roger K. Pine says. And I hope Marcia Brown says, hi, Neeks Entertainment. Neeks Entertainment. So proud of you, Javion, says Anishka Parish. So, as we continue this final segment, we want you to tell us your definition of success, especially for male. And we want you to also encourage other young men like yourself who may be listening, who is saying, hey, Javion, you have gotten this far. I too probably can do it. So I want you to tell us and speak to those two things. Encourage the young man and also, indeed, give us your definition of success first for male, especially in this generation, and then tell us a bit more as to, indeed, what next.
Success for me is, firstly, being able to enter a space, and when they see you, they see someone who is doing great things. Also, success for me as a young man, it's being able to be different, being able to set your mind on one goal or on a goal or on goals, some things that you'd like to achieve, and not only set them as goals, but accomplish them. This would be my main definition for success.
a young man is trying to figure out, he has tried several times, he has not been making it. Any word of encouragement you can give him, a word of hope, something that can help him to be uplifted.
Bro, I can tell you, hold on. There's a song that says, the best is yet to come. Hold on, the best is yet to come. I didn't start from, hey, coming on the radio to do an interview with Sir Courtney Morrison. No, I never started there. I started from leading a morning's worship. So don't think of it as, hey, I am not able to make it. Just humble yourself, as we young men would say. Just humble. Try, 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 and try. Never give up. Never, ever give up. Because I remember I never went from, I never started at this level I'm at now, working, right? I had to start from the basic, working minimum wage. I had to start there. And I had to have someone, telling me, hey, working long, long, long hours, right? So there are some of us young men, there are some young men out there, I must say, though you're working some long hours, just hold on, man. The best is yet to come. Greater things are in store for you. Listen, and I must say, put God at the center of everything you do. Because guess what? Without Him, you can't make it, right? Without Him, you can't make it. So I started from basics, and I am not very far above basic, but I am able to fend on my own. So changing, I think at my young age now, I am at my third job. Yes, I'm at my third job. This is my third job. And I'm seeing myself going further, doing even greater things. So young men, hold on. Don't give up. Greater things are in store for you.
Good word of encouragement, Sir Javion. Uh, Today is Teachers' Day. Any teacher in particular or teachers that you want to just give a big shout out to, say something
All
to them?
right. Let me take my glasses off for
You have
this
to
one.
take the glasses off for this one. Whoa, you have a
Uh,
list.
all right, so let me just be very short. I must firstly say to my brother, not my blood brother, but my brother in Christ. We grew up in church. He is my studio personnel. Give me a little studio setup now. Roger K. Pine, he is the one who commented. He's a teacher. He teaches music at the Ferncourt High School. My bro, big up yourself. Happy Teachers Day. Auntie Tanya, Auntie Kadeen, Mrs. Howell, Mr. Howell, uh, Mr. Henry at Spalding High School. Big up yourself. And let me put my glasses on for this one. Mrs. Howell, thank you for helping me to become the man I am today. And thank you for grooming me. Yes, miss. Yes, Mrs. Howell. I'm talking about you. Thank you. So big up to all the teachers out there, and especially to Mr. Paul Morgan, my English teacher at high school. Mr. Ferguson, music teacher. If you want to know where Javian is, check the music room. Yes, so big up teachers, and thank you all the other teachers who are here on this platform listening to my voice here. Big up. Thank you for all the work that you have done. Thank you for shaping us into even better persons, because we know that the work doesn't start at home, it definitely continues in the classroom. So thank you, teachers. Bless you.
Thank you, Javion. And my final question, I saved this one for last because I know you may have to take the glasses off, take the earphones off. On plans for having a family, plans for getting married. You sort of hinted a bit that there's a waiting period, but what's that looking like at this stage?
I'm not rushing it, but hint, hint, she might be on the platform now. Hint, hint.
Big up to yourself, whoever you are. You better know who you are.
uh, so there is a waiting period, yes. So there must be. Know who I want, but first I know who I am and whose I am. Must put that out there. So I am definitely going to say that I am 23 now, so about 28. Well, might not be so long, but let's see what the Lord has in store. And a family, a son, a daughter, maybe 3 children, uh, living in Jamaica, yes, or maybe overseas. I don't know what life may bring, but let's see. Let's see. Sir Morrison, I'll definitely come back and tell you how it is.
I take that as a promise. We have been talking to Javian Hawthorne. Our topic was indeed perspective through the generations. He has given us insight. He has shared with us on his own life as being a man in today's generation. Life as a youth for a man right here in Jamaica. He has offered words of encouragement, and I'm hoping that all would have listened and would have felt inspired and encouraged. Javion, favorite Bible verse. End us off with that.
My favorite Bible verse is Psalm 121. I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, he said verse. Okay. The one who made heaven and earth. And I'm just going to end it right there.
Amen. Good way to end it. We want to say thanks to you for being here with us. To our producer, Trishan. I don't know why my tongues are being tied. Trishan Brand.
I know.
Technical engineer, Timoy Butler. And again, thank you for taking time out to be with us today. For information on how to get copies of this program, call our production department at 876-968-9597 or download the podcast via our mobile app, Love 101 FM. We end the show with this quote, but as for you, O man of God, flee evil, pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, steadfastness, gentleness. That was said by Paul the Apostle himself. Listen again next week for another mailbox. You're tuned to the family station, the #1 gospel station in the nation, Love 101 FM. I'm Courtney Morrison. See you next week, Monday.